Hi guys, if you or someone you know is wanting to get into sourdough, all the rage, right? I have been in sourdough about a year now. This kit right here is one I wish I would have started with. I don't know if this was around when I started. Probably wasn't. I just went with a cheaper one or a smaller one, and now I've ended up and bought almost all the things that are in this kit. I bought separately to build my own sourdough little plethora of things. So I highly recommend this kit. I'll go over some of the things that are in it and also a couple of things that are not in it that you probably will want to have on hand. You may already have on hand. So this is the Astercook kit. And it comes with a ton of stuff. So it comes, the very first thing you need is to have your starter, right? And this little jar is fantastic for this. You may, as you get further into sourdough, you may want a bigger container. Of course, dogs start barking about the time you do a video. But this is a great starter. This will work for a good while before you may grow out of this. Your starter may get really active and you might need a bigger container depending on how much you're wanting to bake and how much flour and starter you're willing to work with. So it comes with this little jar, and it has a sticker that you will stick on the outside that helps you gauge the temperature that your starter is at, that your room is at. And this is very critical. My house is a little chillier, and we had trouble getting our starter to go until I realized my temperature was not right. And we ended up, and I would put, I turned on the hood light on my stove and sat this on top of my stovetop and just give it a little bit extra heat from that hood light to get me a more active starter. So having this temperature thing is great. This little guy here, so you have two lids here. I just used, mine had a pop top on it. I just used my pop top, but both of these lids would be fantastic. This little guy here is amazing when you first start doing sourdough. It has a line here that says last fed on, and you can turn this little guy to the time that you last fed your starter. So that is great for keeping track of that. You can also move this up and down on the jar. So you move it to where your starter is when you fed it. And then you can see very easily as your starter is feeding, as growing, how much it's grown since you last fed it. So the combination of these two things is fantastic. It also has on here the, I think that's milliliters markings on here as well. You can see those markings there. So you could use those as well for judging when you're discarding half or whatever. You would know how many milliliters you're at and how many to discard down to. So those markings on there with this little tab is a fantastic way to get your starter going. Highly recommend that. This is another thing that is just absolutely crucial for doing your stirring of your starter, or in general just stirring. I love these little guys. I ended up and bought two of these because my kit didn't come with one of these, and this has been my favorite way to stir my starter. So little stir stick. You also have a little basting tool for once you've finished with your dough, you've baked your bread, and you want to baste it with butter at the very end of the dough cycle when it's cooling. Here's your little baster for that. It does come with a set of measuring cups and measuring spoons. These are just okay. These are not high quality ones, but they're cool. They're in the kit. These wouldn't be why I would buy the kit, but that's cool that they're there. You can give them to a kid to play with. You also have a little dough stirrer thing. I don't honestly ever use this piece, so can't speak to this one, but if you like to stir your dough with that, that's great. Then you have a cleaning brush here for scrubbing out your banneton bowls and your little drying rack. So that's all good. This is an amazing little scraper tool. So that one of the things that doesn't come with this that you may need is a stirring bowl. And I use this is just a plastic mixing bowl. Absolutely love this for doing my sourdough. And this is perfect for getting down there, getting around the edges and doing your pull and folds. So this will help you get down to the end and help pull it out and fold the dough as you do. So a stirring thing, but this is great for that. And then some kind of mixing bowl, right? The other thing that doesn't come with it that you might really need is a food scale. Highly recommend a food scale that does grams. So many sourdough recipes come in grams. It is so nice to have a measuring, a scale that you can just sit your dish on here, zero it out, add however many grams of whatever they say. Then they say add grams of something else. You just zero it out again and go to the grams again. So you can even go like it adds, so many grams of salt, and you already have all your stuff in there. You just zero out your bowl and then add your grams of salt. A measuring, a scale, a food scale that is very precise and goes and uses grams is highly, highly recommended. Can't stress that enough. Okay, so then, so this little scraper came with it. Your banneton bowls for doing your, letting it all do its rising and its curing, whatever you call that. Now I can't get any of my sourdough words to go, but you'll know what I'm talking about there. And then when you're ready to bake this little guy, you've finished doing all of its rising and all, it's ready to go. You have your nice little scoring tool here. I had to buy this separate. Mine didn't come with one of these, and it comes with some replacement razor blades. Be very careful. I have already cut myself just trying to put the razor blade on this guy. But this is your scoring tool to make all the nice little designs on the top of your dough. And then it comes with the flour sifter powder guy. I don't know what you call this guy, but it's for, you put flour in here and then you can, and you do the little designs. I, again, went on Etsy and had to buy these. So this comes with a whole ton of the little designs that then you sprinkle the flour on there and you have the extra design on the top. So if you've wondered how someone does that, here they are, and you have just all kinds of cute ones to go with. I love you, some hearts, a coffee cup, a sun, it looks like a moon and stars, some just flower shapes. I mean, just super cute little thing. And then here is another scoring type tool. We bake a lot of scones, and this is amazing for doing the dividing up of my scones before we go in the oven with them. So I love this tool as a scraper, but also as my scone cutter. I highly recommend that. Now, the other thing that doesn't come in the kit that you may need, besides the mixing bowl and the food grade, the food scale, is a Dutch oven. And I have two of them that I use. This one is one I purchased after I had already gotten going. So this is just my standard Dutch oven that I use for baking, stews and all kinds of things. That's the one I started with. And then I bought a separate one. Now, the thing that this kit comes with is your beautiful little silicone mat. So you would put this down in the pan, then you put your dough ball on there after you've done your scoring, or you can do your scoring here and your little flour thing. Then you put the lid on there, you stick it in the oven, and you take the lid off, all the good things. But this thing is so nice when you're done, you can lift it out and then you put it on the nice little cooling rack that comes with this kit. So again, this just comes, I didn't have one of these in my kit either. I had some from baking cookies, so I was fine, but I love that it comes with one for you. And it comes with a little silicone mat. This is a great thing to have. And then once you're finished with all of that, it has storage things. So you have a nice cotton linen bag here for storing your bowl bread in. And then also, once you get to going, you're going to want to gift it to friends and all of those. These little bags are so nice for gifting sourdough, scones, any of that stuff to friends. They look great, and you have, I don't know how many, maybe 20. I'm not sure how many's in there. And then the stickers to go with it. It is such a nice way. We would bake bread. I ended up and bought a whole separate kit of these bags, but this is a great starter kit for you. Again, this is an amazing starter kit. You have all these things, and it also has the instructions to get you started with your sourdough, for how to get your starter going. I just highly recommend this kit. If you're looking for a kit for you or a friend, highly recommend this Astercook one. I hope this review helps. I hope you're having a great day, and thanks for watching.